Economic globalization is one of the three main dimensions of globalization commonly found in countries' academic literature, with the two others being political globalization and cultural globalization, as well as the general term of globalization. Economic globalization refers to the widespread international movement of goods, capital, services, technology, and information. It is the increasing economic integration and interdependence of national, regional, and local economies across the world through an intensification of cross-border movement of goods, services, technologies, and capital. Economic globalization primarily comprises the globalization of production, finance, markets, technology, organizational regimes, institutions, corporations, and labor. Globalization has been a widely used key concept at the turn of the 21st century. With the implementation of policies that opened world economies locally and internationally, many governments have developed free market economic systems that created myriad opportunities for international trade and investment. Globalization has been motivated by the implementation of policies that have opened world economies locally and internationally. Since the end of Second World War in 1945, many governments have implemented free market economic systems which increase the productive possibility of economies and created countless new opportunities for international trade and investment. International commodity markets, labor markets, and capital markets make up the economy and define economic globalization. Beginning as early as 6500 BCE, people in Syria were trading livestock, tools, and other items. In summer, an early civilization in Mesopotamia, a token system was one of the first forms of commodity money. Labor markets consist of workers, employers, wages, income, supply, and demand. Labor markets have been around as long as commodity markets. The first labor markets provided workers to grow crops and tend livestock for later sale in local markets. Capital markets emerge in industries that require resources beyond those of an individual. Technology promotes the development of globalization. Globalization is about interconnecting people around the world beyond the physical of barrier geographical boundaries. These advances in economic globalization were disrupted by World War I. Most of the global economic powers constructed protectionist economic policies and introduced trade barriers that slowed trade growth to the point of stagnation. This caused a slowing of worldwide trade and even led to other countries introducing immigration caps. Globalization did not fully resume until the 1970s, when governments began to emphasize the benefits of trade. Today, follow-on advances in technology have led to the rapid expansion of global trade. The 1956 invention of containerized shipping, along with increases in ship sizes, were a major part of the reduction in shipping cost. Governments shifted their economies from central planning to markets. Multinational corporations reorganized production to take advantage of these opportunities. Labor-intensive production migrated to areas with lower labor costs, later followed by other functions as skill levels increased. Networks raised the level of wealth consumption and geographical mobility. This highly dynamic worldwide system and powerful ramifications. International governmental organizations. An intergovernmental organization or international governmental organization or IGO refers to an entity created by treaty involving two or more nations to work in good faith on issues of common interest. IGOs strive for peace, security, and deal with economic and social questions. Examples include the United Nations, the World Bank, and on a regional level, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, among others. International non-governmental organizations include charities, non-profit advocacy groups, business associations, and cultural associations. International charitable activities increased after World War II, and on the whole, NGOs provide more economic aid to developing countries than developed country governments. Businesses participate in globalization in a number of different ways. Many businesses now have international supply chains, favoring manufacturing in low-cost countries. Some engage in international outsourcing to low-wage countries, which involves the contracting out of a business process. Example, payroll processing, claims processing, and operational and or non-core functions. Example, manufacturing, facility management, call center support to another party. See also business process outsourcing. Multinational corporations have business operations in multiple countries, either simply because they want to sell goods and services into the local market, or because a given country has advantages like natural resources, low wages, low taxes, or a useful talent pool. International migrants transfer significant amounts of money through remittances to lower-income relatives. Communities of migrants in the destination country often provide new arrivals with information and ideas about how to earn money. In some cases, this has resulted in disproportionately high representation of some ethnic groups in certain industries, especially if economic success encourages more people to move from the source country. Movement of people also spreads technology and aspects of business culture and moves accumulated financial assets.